I don't know if it's a complaint that she's making or a statement that she's making, but if it's a complaint, we just go, okay, enough.
Accusing her of being money-minded and greedy? Seriously? This girl has redefined jealousy and dirty politics this entire season. It's like she's been on a one-woman mission to tear Caitlyn down at every turn. Whether it's non-stop trash talk, which has basically become her signature move, or pulling the race card by claiming Caitlyn only gets attention because of her skin color, she's done it all. And let's not overlook the physical aggression. If basketball had a WWE division, Angel would already be inducted into the Hall of Fame. Clip 2.
Reese has things to say. She says that, and again, she can't decide if she wants to be the villain or not. One day she's the victim. One day she's saying things that make her villainous. She says that she wants to bring trash talk to women's basketball.
Europe is finally giving Caitlyn what she deserves, and Angel just can't handle it. So what does she do? She throws out accusations of greed, hoping it'll stick. But here's the kicker. Angel herself has been loudly complaining about her own salary and the hefty $8,000 rent she has to pay. The hypocrisy is almost poetic. She's calling someone else greedy while struggling to cover her own bills. It's like she forgot we all have receipts. Clip 3.
He ain't pays them bills, baby. I just hope y'all know, the WNBA don't pay my bills at all. I don't even think that pays one of my bills.
Now she's suddenly the moral compass of the WNBA, calling Caitlyn Clark money-hungry for even considering a European contract. The irony? It's so thick you could slice it with a butter knife. Angel Reese, of all people, accusing someone else of chasing money? This is the same Angel who can't go 5 minutes without complaining that her WNBA salary doesn't even cover her $8,000 rent. We're talking about the self-proclaimed queen of I'm broke, now pointing fingers at Caitlyn for wanting a paycheck that actually reflects her talent. It's absolute comedy gold. And let's be real, Angel's not exactly turning down endorsement deals either. She's cashing in just fine. Clip 4.
Obviously, she's cashing in with endorsements and all of that. But, you know, isn't there an incentive? If you're in the NBA and you've got a guaranteed contract of 5, 10 plus million dollars, whatever, you don't necessarily have an incentive to go out and make headlines.
This isn't about Caitlyn being greedy, it's pure jealousy, plain and simple. Caitlyn's out there breaking records like she's on a mission, quickly becoming one of the biggest names in women's basketball. And meanwhile, Angel's over here whining that Caitlyn's ungrateful for not sticking around in the WNBA. Ungrateful? Really? Caitlyn's the one putting up historic numbers while being severely underpaid, and she's supposed to just sit quietly and accept it? She's exploring Europe because they recognize her value and are willing to pay her what she's truly worth. That's not greed, that's common sense. The real issue here isn't Caitlyn's ambition. It's that others can't keep up. Clip 5.
Some of this other stuff, I don't know if it's a complaint that she's making or a statement that she's making, but if it's a complaint, we just go, okay, enough.
But it gets really juicy here. While Angel's out talking smack, what exactly is she doing? Oh right, juggling modeling gigs and flooding Instagram with selfies, looking more focused on fashion deals than actual basketball. And hey, no shade to that hustle. Secure the bag, by all means. But let's not pretend she's got the moral high ground. You can't accuse Caitlyn of chasing money when you're out here making bank for posing in designer fits. Meanwhile, Caitlyn's the one fully locked into the game, grinding on the court, putting up numbers, and staying laser-focused on basketball. Yet somehow she's the villain for wanting a deal that reflects her value? Somebody call Sherlock Holmes, because these double standards are a real mystery. Clip 6. Caitlyn's just doing what any smart, self-respecting athlete would, exploring her options. She's not out here asking for a gold-plated yacht. She's simply trying to be compensated fairly for being the superstar that she is. Europe's response? Come over, we'll treat you right. Meanwhile, the WNBA acts like they are doing her a favor by handing her a second-hand paycheck. All Caitlyn wants is respect, something the league has repeatedly failed to show her. Instead of celebrating her record-breaking impact, the WNBA seems more concerned with appeasing certain players who haven't proven themselves on the same level. It's frustrating to watch a generational talent be sidelined by politics instead of uplifted for her contribution to the game. Clip 7.
From the sounds of this interview, it seems like she's probably going to make more money overseas in EuroLeague than she did during this WNBA season.
Caitlyn has absolutely earned the right to explore better opportunities, and if that means heading to Europe, where her talent is genuinely appreciated, then more power to her. While Angel keeps throwing shade from the sidelines, Caitlyn's out here making real moves, shifting the landscape of women's basketball. Angel's frustration? It's rooted in the fact that she can't keep up with the pace Caitlyn is setting. From record-breaking viewership to sold-out arenas, Caitlyn has elevated the WNBA in ways few ever have. The truth is, the league has witnessed unprecedented attendance and media attention since she arrived, and that's not by accident. She's not just playing the game, she's changing it. Clip 8.
It's like the WNBA players have chosen to focus on idiots rather than the people of sensibility who there's far more of that they could potentially win as fans.
Caitlyn isn't just some player chasing a bigger paycheck, she's a walking basketball legend in the making. What she's after goes way beyond money. She wants respect, long-term stability, and a real career, one that doesn't fade out just because the WNBA is tossing her scraps. The league loves to talk a big game about empowering and supporting women athletes, but when it comes to Caitlyn, their support has been about as reliable as a broken lawn chair. This is the same woman who single-handedly dragged the league's popularity into the national spotlight, who packed arenas and broke viewership records. And now, after doing all that, they expect her to settle for a glorified tip jar? It's absurd. Wanting fair compensation for transforming the game isn't greed, it's common sense. Clip 9.
WNBA has seen record-breaking numbers this season in viewership, ticket sales, merch sales, and just overall growth of the league.
2024, that was the season destined to be etched into basketball history forever. Caitlyn Clark didn't just shine, she set the court on fire, carrying the Iowa Hawkeyes all the way to the NCAA finals and obliterating records along the way. She dropped 191 points in a single tournament, the most ever scored by any player, male or female. So how does the WNBA reward this once-in-a-generation athlete? With a paycheck that wouldn't even cover a few months of Angel Reese's rent. And let's talk about that for a moment. Angel's constantly lamenting her $8,000 a month rent like it's a national crisis, but the moment Caitlyn dares to seek a payday that actually reflects her greatness, she's painted as greedy. The hypocrisy is sizzling at this point. It's becoming painfully obvious. Angel's not just upset, she's jealous. Jealous of the records, the spotlight, the legacy. Caitlyn's earning it all, and Angel knows it. Clip 10.
Even our biggest star in the league, Caitlyn Clark, is only making a base salary of around $76,000 or $78,000 for this first season. She signed a 4-year, just over $300,000 rookie salary. So Caitlyn's rookie salary is a little over $300,000 for 4 years, and that's all that she's going to make in the WNBA. Now, I feel like there could be a team overseas who would love to snatch Caitlyn Clark away from us and give her a crazy offer.
This is where the criticism really goes off the rails. Caitlyn's not out here chasing dollars just for the sake of it, but you wouldn't know that listening to Angel. Sure, Caitlyn's potential European contract might end up eclipsing anything the WNBA's ever paid, but that's only because Europe actually understands her value and isn't afraid to invest in it. The truth is, Caitlyn's not just chasing a bigger paycheck, she's chasing something far more important. A legacy. And that's something the WNBA seems either unwilling or unable to support. In just her rookie season, Caitlyn didn't just fill seats, she sold out entire seasons. Cities practically had her name glowing on billboards. Her jersey? Don't even get started. It was one of the hottest selling items across sports, period. Caitlyn Clark is more than just a player, she's a movement. And if the WNBA can't see that, Europe's more than happy to take it from here. Clip 11.
I think Angel Reese is jealous of Caitlyn Clark. She thinks she's, the reason why this is all happening here.
The WNBA seems more focused on grinding their players into the ground than actually helping them build a sustainable future. They expect their top talent to push through exhausting seasons with little to no real support, especially when it comes to mental health resources. Caitlyn Clark is expected to perform at the highest level, carrying the weight of an entire league spotlight, while receiving virtually no meaningful backing from the very organization that should be championing her. No therapist, no rest, no security, just pressure. So yeah, of course she's looking elsewhere. Who wouldn't? She's not walking away from the game, she's walking toward an environment that values her well-being and future, both on and off the court. Clip 12. Even one of the greatest WNBA players of all time walked away from the league for a season. Back in 2015, she took a $1.5 million offer from a Russian team, more than 10 times what the WNBA was paying her. That wasn't betrayal, it was survival. Caitlin Clark sees the same writing on the wall. She's no fool. She knows exactly what Europe is putting on the table. Not just a paycheck, but a legitimate shot at a future. The WNBA, for all its talk about empowering women athletes, still refuses to offer its brightest stars what they truly deserve. Caitlin isn't turning her back on the league. She's turning toward a system that actually values her, rewards her, and protects the legacy she's building with every step she takes on the court.
Clip 13.
Up over 500% versus the same period last year, with fan gear sales over the first half of the season at the highest in league history. Player-specific merchandise, including jerseys and t-shirts, have seen a staggering 1,000% increase in sales. Additionally, sales of league-specific merchandise like the popular orange WNBA hoodie are also up 200%. The top-selling WNBA player merch, Caitlin Clark, #1 in jersey sales.
But no.
Angel Reese's dirty politics against Caitlin Clark have been playing out for so long now, it's starting to feel like an unwanted reality TV saga. The jealousy? It's so thick, it's practically dripping off the court. And no one's fooled anymore. Angel's entire approach, lobbing accusations, turning up the aggression, constantly trying to drag Caitlin down, has gone from petty to painfully transparent. It's not about competition anymore, it's about ego. She simply can't stomach watching another player rise higher, faster, and with more grace. Caitlin's success isn't just dominating headlines, it's clearly making Angel spiral. And the more Caitlin shines, the more obvious Angel's insecurities become.
Clip 14.
Even went as far as to 1 year in 2015, Diana Taurasi played in Russia and did not play in the WNBA. And it was never outright stated that she didn't play in the WNBA because Russia basically put that in their contract, that if she went there, she couldn't play. But that was pretty much what everybody thought happened because Russia paid Diana Taurasi at that time $1.5 million salary.
That was a doozy. Angel pulled out the race card after the game, trying to paint Caitlin and her fans as villains simply for calling out what was clearly a physical assault. Let's be real. It was a blatant media stunt, and the chaos that followed? That was exactly what Angel was aiming for. The whole fiasco wasn't about justice or calling out mistreatment. It was a calculated move to deflect attention from her own underwhelming performance on the court. When the spotlight wasn't flattering, she flipped the script to create a distraction. It was less about accountability and more about control. And sadly, it worked. For a moment. Clip 15.
Not allowed anymore to show the #1 draft pick in the WNBA draft as opposed to Angel Reese, a woman who can't run. I mean, next time you watch Angel Reese play, yes, she can play. She's a good player, but she can't run. But we're not allowed to show the #1 pick in the draft, the most dynamic player, including everybody. Why? Well, because it's racist. Yes, it's racist according to the idiot.
Remember that whole racist?
Europe is out here treating its athletes like actual royalty. They are not just tossing a few bucks and calling it support. They are offering real money, genuine respect, and comprehensive mental health care. Meanwhile, the WNBA seems to have completely missed that memo. Players like Breanna Stewart and Jonquel Jones haven't been spending their off-seasons overseas for fun. They go because they feel seen, valued, and supported over there, which is the exact opposite of the energy they get stateside. So is it really any surprise that Europe is starting to look like the smarter, more respectful option to someone like Caitlin? Not at all. And while Caitlin's future looks brighter than ever, Angel's attempts to drag her down are getting more desperate by the day. Her comments are petty, her accusations are worn out, and it's becoming painfully clear this isn't about principles or fairness. It's about jealousy. Caitlin's soaring, rewriting the narrative, while Angel's stuck spinning her wheels. The difference is obvious, and frankly, the bitterness is starting to look sad.
She thinks she's, the reason why this is all happening here. Caitlin Clark was going to get eyeballs whether she played against Angel Reese in LSU or not.